Raila Amolo Odinga, the ODM leader and by extension the leader of the then Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance, and now the candidate for chairmanship in the African Union Commission, has finally endorsed Johnson Sakaja, who is UDA Nairobi County Governor for 2027 gubernatorial seat. This has packed so much reaction with regards to what does Raila Amolo Odinga hold in ODM for BABU OWINO, who is the current member of parliament for Embakasi East, bearing in mind his performance track record within the constituency that his constituents keep on appreciating, and also the complaints that have always been brought about the driving of Nairobi County from Johnson Sakaja's side. Let us try to check into what factors may have led to Raila Amolo Odinga endorsing somebody who is outside the ODM party for the gubernatorial seat and leaving a person who has always been vocal in fighting for the space of the ODM party. First hand, let us listen in to what Raila Amolo Odinga got to say.
ODM, nataka Nairobi ibaki imara. Nataka Nairobi ibaki namna gani? Ndio huyo kijana yangu huyo ashikilie na afanye kazi sawa sawa. Si sawa sawa hiyo? Sivyo?
Sisi tuko hapo bumper to bumper, tuko pamoja.
Well, this was in the Bomas of Kenya in the prayer meeting that was organized by the ODM women with regards to the chairmanship that Raila is vying for the African Union Commission. It was expected that maybe Raila would have endorsed an ODM member. We even saw some other leaders trying to persuade Johnson Sakaja to join the party. Remember, Johnson Sakaja presented himself in two windows, but later on, he actually confirmed that he might be jumping ship to the ODM party. He had a scarf, an orange scarf signifying the ODM party, and he also had a yellow tie signifying UDA party. Another thing that people were not keen to look at was the wristband that he had was color yellow. So he dropped the tie by the time he was addressing the ODM women during that prayer session, and remained with the orange scarf signifying solidarity for ODM. But again, still paying allegiance at the UDA party having a yellow wristband. So, what are the factors that might have led to Raila Odinga maybe picking Johnson Sakaja and leaving out BABU OWINO? This is a case of where I call so much in Swahili fitina, because of late, we've seen BABU OWINO defying party standards or party directives, because he says he's not one person who can suspend his brain to go and support some other person. And as you know it, Raila Amolo Odinga has never wanted any person who is uprooting so well to an extent that might gain so much popularity than him. That is why he will do whatever it takes, even sacrificing his best son in ODM for the purposes of maintaining his top popularity. For instance, you see, when the impeachment motion was in a parliament, it was a clear directive that the ODM MPs should vote in unison with the UDA MPs to make sure that they impeach one Rigathi Gachagua. But BABU OWINO was missing in action during that session where Rigathi Gachagua was being impeached. So number one, that was mistake or was defying direct orders from the party, and that might have possibly come direct from who? Raila Amolo Odinga. Two, in recent interview, Babu Owino also confirmed that he had no issues with Rigathi Gachagua, like one-on-one. He didn't see where Rigathi Gachagua had crossed him. Therefore, he had no business going to impeach Rigathi Gachagua. And he said, right, I am paying my allegiance to the ODM party. But again, if Baba comes and tells me to go and support one William Samuel Ruto, who was for a long time been seen to have been oppressing Kenyans. He has been one person who has unfulfilled promises, has mastered the culture of lies, and each and every day works with it. He says you only need to suspend your brain cells for you to support one William Samoei Ruto, and therefore he cannot fall part of that. Now, here comes a very interesting gist, whereby someday when Babu Owino was speaking to his residents, they said, or the constituents, they told him, Babu Owino, we need you to vie for the gubernatorial seat. But again, there were people who were against it, say like, Mr. Babu Owino, kindly just stay here in the member of parliament. Why? Some people felt that he's actually performing so well and his legacy is well orchestrated, well maintained, and the reputation is, if it is something to go by, the reputation is so clean. Said for one instance that he was involved with a shooting and unliving of one DJ Evolve. Now, we have also a set of group who are pushing Babu Owino to run for the gubernatorial seat, which is also actually considering, even to an extent telling him that we are going to demonstrate if you're not going to vie for the gubernatorial seat come the year 2027. Now, some people are like, don't do that because it will water down the reputation that you've built over time with Embakasi East constituency. You've worked for us, so going up there is like taking yourself for a suicide mission. And some people feel like, no, Babu Owino should not go for that gubernatorial seat. Well, yesterday, one Maverick Aoko did put some voter to collect, the tentative image of what is happening on ground by putting SAKAJA on one side and Babu Owino on one side. Like if Babu Owino was racing against SAKAJA for the gubernatorial seat today in the Nairobi County, who would you vote? And by the time I was checking the tweets, Babu Owino had 91% and Johnson Sakaja had 9%. And Maverick Aoko told them, if for those who think that social media does not constitute a vote, then he reminded them about Trump. Got lots of vote from the social media. So social media drives traffic. We are in a different generation. So we are likely to see a very tough political scene in the ODM, and cracks may emerge as most people expected that RAILA Odinga would hold the hand of one Babu Owino, but that did not happen. Last year, we saw that the passages of Babu Owino in Kisumu, Nyamasaria, Kondele, and Kisian attracted so huge masses that these drew a cold chill within the strange supporters of RAILA Odinga. And who doesn't want to see anybody uprising to the level of RAILA Odinga or even surpassing him? And the only one person who has the zeal and the oomph to do that is one Babu Owino. Nobody else in ODM has the oomph and the zeal like Babu Owino does. That I can tell you for sure. And that is why RAILA Odinga has to knock him down. So in this case, do we say that still RAILA is the father of democracy? That is a question that is very debatable. What's your thought? Give me what you think in the comment section below, whether you agree or disagree with me. But if you disagree, tell me the reasons as to why you disagree. And if you agree, also be good enough to also tell me why you agree, so that you don't just agree blindly. Give us your comment in the comment section below. If you're watching from our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe and press notification button, so anytime that we are live, you'll be the very first person to be notified, or even when we upload content of this nature. Ahmed Halif is my name for the Unscripted Talks here in Durb Radio. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Kwa timba kali za Afrika, Durb Radio ndio mpango mzima.